Hey Gen X, by now we've gone through a lot of stages in our lives. We rocked our childhoods with independence and adventure. We survived puberty during the Reagan years. And we became fully functioning adults as the millennium approached. But there is a stage for us Gen Xers that is coming up, and it is almost upon us. And the success of that stage depends on how we prepare for it today. And that's why I'm here with this video. So let's dive in and start shaping a retirement that's attainable and crafted, especially one that is deserving for a Gen Xer. Okay, number one, clarify your vision for retirement. What does your ideal retirement even look like to you? Where do you want to live? Do you want to downsize? What activities will fill your days? How will you structure your time? Remember, as we're working, our days are kind of structured for us. And once we stop working, we're going to have 24 hours a day that we can pretty much spend the way we want to spend it. And sometimes that can be very, very overwhelming for people. So think about how you will fill your time. When you have a clear vision, then that helps guide you in every decision that you make. And it keeps you focused on what truly, truly matters to you. Okay, number two, set SMART goals. And let's go through those letters in the word SMART. One, you need to be specific in your goal. Don't just have some large vision that you haven't really put a lot of thought into. You need to be specific, something that's tailored to what you really want. Let's say your goal is to save $500,000 in your retirement savings by the time you turn 65. Now that's a specific goal. But the letter M, it needs to be a measurable goal. You need to include smaller steps so that you can track your progress. That $500,000 goal, that's a great big vision, but we've got to create some smaller steps. And maybe that means saving $400 a month for the next 10 years. The A stands for achievable. We need to set goals that are a challenge, but that are still realistic. That $400 that you need to save every month for the next 10 years, that might be a stretch some months, but if you can budget and look at things, it should be something that you can attain most months. The R stands for relevant. Make sure that your goals align with your values, the things that you truly want, not the retirement that society or culture says that you should have, or not the retirement that your family wants you to have. You need to set the goals that align with what you desire, what your values are. And lastly, the T stands for time bound. Your goals need to have a deadline. You need to assign deadlines to your goals so that you can help hold yourself accountable for them. And in the case of our example goal, you've set yourself a time limit of 10 years to save $500,000. Okay, the third strategic thing that you can do to plan for your retirement is to reverse engineer your goals. Maybe you know what you want in retirement, but you don't know the steps involved in order to get there. Work backwards from your main goal so that you can identify the actionable steps. And that's the key word. They need to be actionable, something that you can do to check those steps off of your list. If you can create those smaller steps, then even the biggest, wildest dreams can become attainable. For instance, if you know in retirement you're going to need $40,000 a year in order to retire, calculate how much you need to save between now and your retirement date. But you can't just say, I want $40,000 a year. You've got to do the things required. You've got to map it out so that it's achievable. Okay, number 4 is create a flexible plan. We all need to be prepared to change and adapt our plan when life throws us curveballs. Your plan needs to be balanced between the discipline needed in order to achieve the goal, but also allowing for flexibility. Life is unpredictable, so your retirement plan needs to be flexible and adaptable to market shifts and personal circumstances. Flexibility ensures that your plan stays on track even when life doesn't go as expected. Number 5 is to focus on high-impact activities. Avoid distractions. Recognize what activities or what habits don't align with your vision. That way you can gradually phase them out so you can prioritize on the most important tasks. Let's look at overspending, for example. Do you need to be spending a lot of your extra money on home decor when you plan on downsizing for retirement? You don't even know exactly where or how you're going to live, so spending all that money on home decor now might just be in the way later on. Do you need to be spending a lot of money on clothing that you would only normally wear to work when you plan on retiring soon? It's those types of things that we can just keep on spending like we have for years. And if we start to think about how does this fit with our future? How does this fit with our goals? It's really good to analyze that at this point in your life. What we need to do is to prioritize the tasks that make the biggest impact on our retirement planning, such as maxing out our 401k contributions or paying down as much of our debt as possible so that we can retire on a lot less. Okay, number 6 is to develop strategic relationships. I truly believe that in order to achieve big goals, we need to surround ourselves with people who inspire us, who motivate us. Now, hopefully, if you're married, you and your spouse can agree on how you want to retire, how you want to prepare for that retirement, how you financially want to make that happen. But if you can't find personal relationships that align with the goals that you have, then find them online. You can find them through social media groups. You can follow other YouTube creators that have the same goals that you do. And lastly, you could connect with a financial advisor, one that fits your personal goals. A financial advisor can help you uncover, strategies or pitfalls, opportunities, things to avoid, things that you hadn't thought of. Number 7 is to embrace continuous learning. And I've mentioned this in a lot of the videos that I've done on retirement, that's how I have come to know the things that I do know about saving and planning for retirement. Is I have embraced continuous learning, either through podcasts or books, audiobooks, blogs, the internet. We really do have a wealth of information right at our fingertips. We need to stay informed of investment trends, some of the laws that are constantly changing regarding retirement plans and retirement funds. The more knowledge that you have, the better the roadmap you can create for your future. And hopefully, you can include multiple ways to get to that destination that you hope for. Number 8 is measure and reflect. You need to track your progress. You need to check in and measure what's working, what isn't working, where you seem to be standing still, and where the best opportunities to get things done could be. Are your investments performing well? Are your savings goals being met? But at the same time, you need to celebrate the milestones. Acknowledge the progress that you've made as well. Keep yourself motivated. And number 9, and last on the list, is to stay persistent and stay patient. Now, retirement planning is a long game, but as Gen Xers, we have a lot less time than the millennials and the Gen Zs have. But I've been able to do some things just in the past decade that have surprised me. Because if you just get focused, and if you set those goals, and you're persistent, and you're patient, and you don't let yourself get too discouraged when things don't go your way, if you just keep your eye on the prize, we have to make the most of the time that we have left with the best tools that we can get our hands on. Now, strategic thinking isn't just about having a plan. It also includes being adaptable, being flexible, being focused, being intentional. All of those put together, those give you a strategy that's unbeatable. Whether you're just starting to think about retirement or you're refining the steps and the plans that you already have, these 9 steps, whichever ones you choose, they can make all the difference. Don't wait for your partner or your spouse to make a plan. They may be waiting on you to do it. You take the first step. You make the move. Let me know in the comments below if you found this video helpful. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone you think might also benefit. And watch this video next. You'll get a decade's worth of retirement wisdom, all in less than 20 minutes. I'll link it right here. Until next time, have a great week. Bye.